and I'm happy to be here with you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I want to talk about. I'm not gonna try to make this long, but it might be long. Okay, it might be 20 minutes long. I don't know. I'm just gonna go. Right. I want to talk about bear witness to the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing, the Almighty of the entire universe. And where did it first begin at? Where did it first start at? Right? It first started in our civilization, like I was saying before, and was explaining to you that the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, started with our civilization first, because we are the first people in civilization of mankind over here in the West, right? So we uphold the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, right? And there is only one bloodline. There's one bloodline. There's many different bloodlines, but there's only one bloodline. And I'm not talking about the physical, right, understanding of the bloodline, right? The physical blood. I'm talking about, right, spirituality bloodline. I'm talking about spirituality to recognize the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, the Almighty, right? To believe in the unseen Lord, right? Physically. So this is what I was talking about, the oneness, and how the ancient ancestors prayed to save that bloodline, to save that oneness, right? To believe in the oneness and how important it was, right? And it's really, really important today and forever to believe in the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, is really, really important for us as the indigenous people, as we go through triumph and as we go through a lot of difficulties in our life, which is covered with a lot of darkness, right? That's coming from this entity, barbaric, devil, demon, demonic, right? Entity that's twisted, that is a maniac, right? So when we first came down here, I'm not going to get into the whole thing because I talked about it. When we first came down here upon the earth, right, there was only one belief. One belief in the Alpha Omega. One belief in believing in one creator. We did not associate partners with him. We never did associate partners with him. This bloodline. And this is an actual true fact. Hello, how you doing? Hush Brown, man, how you doing? What does your necklace mean, if you don't mind me asking? This is representing the one creator. The Alpha Omega, the creator in everything in existence. It means oneness. This is what I'm talking about. It means oneness. To believe in oneness. To believe in one creator, right? The Almighty. This is what I'm talking about. So, no disrespect. I just want to get into this topic, right? And as I go along, if I see your comments, I will answer it. I just want to get the information out. No disrespect. I just want you guys to get in tune, which is really, really important for us. In this day and time, we need to believe in the Alpha Omega and creating everything in existence. There is a lot of warnings that's going on. So I'm going to start from the beginning to believe in the Alpha Omega, the one creator. So during this process to believe in the oneness, right, was being upheld by one particular group, one particular person, one particular bloodline. This is an actual true fact. One bloodline, right? Once unbelief start kicking in from this entity and teaching a portion of our ancient ancestors coming from Prophet Adam, peace and blessings be upon him, all the way to Prophet Noah, peace and blessings be upon him, right? There was, in the beginning, there was one belief. After when, right, they started befriending this entity, he started teaching them disbelief. So disbelief kicked in, right? Because we all know that The Alpha Omega, the creating everyday existence, duplicated himself by creating us for balance and justice upon the universe. It's an actual true fact. So, being that he created us and duplicated himself, that gives us special abilities, special powers, right? But with limitation upon these, so we can keep justice and balance upon the earth, right? After when this kicked in, the disbelief, they was fighting amongst each other, fighting amongst each other, right? And Islam, I'm gonna jump right now. Islam, I took down. Islam, right, came through the Arabs, went through the Arabs, right, and in Arabic, right, in their language, Arabic, right. Islam basically means oneness. It means oneness in worship. It means oneness. To worship the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. Right? That's all it means. But who first started this oneness was our civilization, was us. The indigenous people of the earth, the indigenous people of the West, which came from us, the oneness, to uphold the oneness. So this bloodline traced all the way to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which if you trace his lineage, it leads all the way back to Adam. It leads all the way back to us, the descendants over here in the West. It leads to the West. It leads to the West. This is why a lot of people, it's been a big campaign to hide the truth. It's been a big campaign to divert you to something that's not in accordance with the bloodline of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, which is the oneness to worship the Creator, basically, right? This is why this way of life was promoted. This way of life and this teaching always been around since the beginning of time of mankind. Basically, it just happened to, how you want to say it, it just happened to get tweaked by the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. How we was doing things in the ancient times, the Arabs wasn't doing that. The Arabs and nobody else wasn't around. You understand that? And I'm talking about before Noah time. I'm talking about from Adam, and I'm talking about from Noah time. Peace and blessing be upon these messengers and prophets, right? That uphold the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the Almighty, creator of the entire universe, right? Inner and outer, right? And everything in between, right? We uphold this bloodline. We uphold this bloodline, right? It was passed down from him to us, to our bloodline, right? To worship the Alpha Omega. To worship the Alpha Omega, the Almighty, right? And through the ages, it was lost through the people because so much of culture, so much of traditions of certain climates in the earth, right? People was doing their own thing. As you start to see people's civilizations, they start to get away from the worship of the Alpha Omega, right? And always remember that the ancient ancestors to pray to the Alpha Omega to save this one bloodline, to uphold the oneness of the Creator. Because if you think about it, he could have destroyed everything and started a whole different civilization. He did it before. You can see it. The second coming of mankind, right, of human being is in Africa. But But the first coming of civilization started here in the West. In the West. This is why in scriptures, he's always talking about the East and West, the East and West. Because the East and West is the father and mother of civilization of mankind, of the physical mankind upon this earth. And we have to understand that from a spiritual realm. As people research and as people go through life and do their research, right? And become archaeologists, become doctors, and become zoologists, and the study of plants, the study of animals, the study of insects, right? They pick up fossilized bones of our elders that's in the earth. That was in the earth. And this is way before BC, before Christ time, right? That we've been upon here. Right? We always uphold the oneness of the Creator, this bloodline. Always. We always been an enemy to this entity, barbaric, devil, demon, demonic, evil way. That is a maniac. You are the enemy. You are the op. You are the enemy. You are the op. And I'm talking about the first people in creation. I'm talking about melanin people. All people. But his big war and big battle is with the melanin people. Because melanin is in any and everything. This is an actual true fact. So he's going to assort those that is the right hand of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. And he's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. And this is why we are here to fight back against, right? To fight back against this entity, which is leading a force. It was actually, right, is crumbling and stomping upon us. But we here to fight back. We always going to fight back. The war is not over. The fight is not over. And I'm talking from a spiritual sense of the indigenous people of this earth, which is really, really important to bring to wisdom and knowledge on who we are. Right? This must be a big campaign to push back, because it's really, really important to push back on where we are going and where we are from and what is our focus and task. It is not to kill each other and murder each other. It's to bring balance and justice to the oneness, to the oneness, to the oneness. Right? And it's always been the oneness. It always been the oneness. Right? We are called the Uply God White One because that's exactly who we are. This bloodline stretches all the way from Adam all the way all around the world. All around the world, which is spreaded. So to bring knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? And the Arabs was living in a very, very dark age. I mean, ignorance upon ignorance. They were the most ignorant civilization out of all civilization. They were the most ignorant civilization of all civilization. Do you hear me again? They were the most ignorant, right, of all civilizations, living in dark times. Actually, true fact. So the oneness had to come to them. The oneness had to come to them. It had to come to them. Right? Now we know Arabia and all of this Middle East is connected to Africa. It's a connection there. You understand what I'm saying? They are called Arabs because of the desert of the heat. The desert of the heat. Okay? It's no different between Africa. It's no different. This is an actual true fact. If you want me to break it down as far as them traveling from Africa to settling in Arabia, I can break that down. The traveling. This is why they are so close. You can actually travel from Africa and just go right into Arabia, to the Middle East, to Arabia, and then to Mecca. It's actually true fact. The actually true fact. So the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, right, is what? Is the descendants of the ancient ancestors, right? He's our elder. And I'm talking about the indigenous people of this earth. Yes, that bloodline runs in him. That's why when the angels came to him, he was like, "What's going on?" He wa- he didn't know. He did not know. He did not know. And his bloodline traced all the way to his grandfather, right? Abraham, peace and blessings be upon him, which Abraham, peace and blessings be upon him, is come from the uply God white ones. He's an elder. He's an elder. He's an ancient ancestor, but he also is an elder too, and a prophet and a messenger. This is an actual true fact. If you break down a lot of history, the creator does not go into it. It's for you to figure out who exactly he is. These ancient ancestors. This is true. This is true, man. So the ancient ancestors, way before Abraham asked for this bloodline to be saved, because there was a lot of chaos going on with unbelief. A portion of our ancient ancestors, right, was going off the path of belief because they started befriending this demonic, evil, devil, twisted devil demon. It's a maniac that you can't see with your eyes. So he started teaching them secret arts. He started teaching them secret benefits for themselves and for mankind, basically. This is what he did. But at what cost? The cost of them sacrificing their spirit. This is an actual true fact. So he tricked individual and deceived. He's the chief deceiver. He whispers in the hearts of man, body and soul. So I want to read this in Arabic, right? I'm not going to read the whole thing. This is, I'm going to read this to you, right? Which is really, really important, right? This is the Quran. This is the Yusuf Ali's translation. I love this right here. I love this Yusuf Ali translation because it has amazing commentary in this. So I want to read a little bit of the Arabic, right? And the reason why I'm reading this, beautiful Jazz, are you a Muslim or a supporter of black Israelite or Hebrew, which is a forced man-made religion, not of the Bible as well? Randy, I feel like once you marry your he's talking about Islam. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. You got to understand. Hold on. You talking about, all right. You talking about Islam, right? There's many different. I broke this down before, Randy. Randy asked a question. He asked the question, right? And the question is this: is that I feel like once you marry your child niece, you forfeit the title of prophethood. I'm gonna break this down to you. You may not understand this, right? You may not understand this, Randy. And this goes to everybody. I'm gonna put this right here, right? Because it's gonna be a long one, and I'm gonna address your questions, right? And I'm gonna answer them. Every civilization have their own culture. Do you hear me? Every civilization have their own culture. So what that civilization does doesn't mean it's right for your civilization to do. It may be that that civilization was permitted to do that, and we wasn't. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Every civilization is different from every civilization. And this is coming from a spiritual point of view. What they did in their civilization by killing their women and burying their daughters alive, that was permitted in their civilization at the particular time, right? But was banned when that scripture and voice came down, right? He addressed how the Arabs was back then. They was barbaric. I mean, they was barbaric, man. They was worshiping idols and everything among their civilization. They was the worst of worst, man. They was the worst of worst. They was worshiping idols 365 days. They had idols there 365 days. Just like a lot of civilization do right now. We worship idols that we have no knowledge of. Right now, modern day idols, which we don't form out of wood and anything else, right? But it's this materialistic world, right, that we worship. Money is an idol. Clothes are an idol, right? The materialistic things that we are getting are idols that we worship each and every day. In our own mind, we pay more attention to these idols, and we worship them each and every day. Marijuana is an idol. Hold on. Marijuana is an idol. Drugs are an idol. Smoking weed are an idol that we build and form and that we worship. These very communities that we uphold are idols that we are worshiping instead of the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. This is an actual true fact, right? So what's good for that civilization may not be good for our civilization. For our civilization, no, we don't do these things. We don't do these things. We don't do those things. And now that's from a religious point of view. Our civilization don't do those things. We don't do that. That's why, let me tell you something. That's why Noah, peace and blessings be upon him, civilization was destroyed. Was destroyed because of that, what we talking about. And Prophet Lot, peace and blessings be upon him. Right? These are a portion of civilization that was destroyed. So I hope that answered your question. I hope that really answered your question about different civilization and different practices that was going on. That was going on at that time. It doesn't take away on who you are. Right now to this day, you got different civilizations, right? That's doing incest right now. Incest been around since the beginning of creation of mankind. It's been around. Incest, yes. A lot of people don't talk about it, but it's been around. And all civilizations have practiced it at one particular time. That's why Noah, right? That's why the flood happened. The flood and them worshiping idols. Them worshiping idols. They're not going to tell you that, but this is the actual true fact. This is why everything was destroyed and started a new civilization in Africa, because a portion of the ancient ancestors was practicing that. They're not going to tell you the truth, right? But it's in all the scriptures of doing these certain things. So amongst this civilization, they was permitted to do that. They was permitted to do that. So we cannot challenge the Alpha Omega, the created everything in existence decision. He permits that. He permitted that. For that civilization. Do you hear me? For that civilization. Because remember, he destroyed the civilization that was doing that. He destroyed that. And of our civilization, we was doing that. So we was doing that and of our civilization. He destroyed a portion of our civilization. The indigenous people of the earth. The indigenous people of the West. It's an actual true fact. So if we're going to talk about the Arab civilization of them doing that, right, we got to talk about our civilization that was doing that. And a portion of them was destroyed. We told them don't do that. This is an actual true fact. And what separate was belief and non-belief. And this was the time, this was during the time of, there was no scriptures, there was no religion, there was no books, there was nothing. You understand what I'm saying? From Adam time to Noah time, it just was belief and non-belief. That's it. Was the people practicing that? Yes, they was. Yes, they was. They was practicing that. Because you only had one particular group of color of individuals. Why do you think the Creator brought different colors of civilization? When Noah came about, he told the people, stop doing that. The Creator said, stop sleeping with your sister. Stop sleeping with your brother. Stop sleeping with your mother. He told them that for years and years. The people kept doing it. It's an actual true fact. And then stop worshiping idols. Stop sleeping with your family, right? And this was during a time there was only one pigmentation, brother. There was only one pigmentation. Beautiful Jazz, what does any of that have to do with what the Lord expects from us? It doesn't make it right. I go by the Old New Testament. I follow the Lord's, not man. No, not it wasn't you, Beautiful Jazz. I was questioning and explaining to somebody that said that the prophet, peace be upon him, slept and married his niece. So I'm addressing that. I'm going to get back into that. I'm going to get back into that. I wanted to address that. I wanted to address him, and I'm breaking down incest. That incest been around for a very, very long time amongst mankind. Right? And this was why the big reason of him starting a new creation of mankind and bringing different colors of civilization. That's why you got all different colors of the rainbow all over the world. Because when the earth was one, you only had one pigmentation. So they were sleeping with one another. This was actually true fact. They were sleeping with one another. It was to populate the earth, to multiply the earth when the earth was one. But when it got to Noah time, and when there was enough population, right, the Creator says, don't do that. But the people, they just kept on doing it. And signs kept coming to them. Signs kept coming to them. Earthquakes, what we seeing now. But the people didn't want to keep doing that. And that's why the flood happened. And also non-belief kicked in. And what these entities, do you understand that? The entity played a major part of all of this. It's an actual true fact. And this from a spiritual realm. This from a spiritual realm. Whether you want to believe it or not. So I'm not addressing Beautiful Jazz. I'm addressing Randy. I think his name is Randy. If you go in my comments, you will see I'm addressing Randy. So if you're just gonna actually talk about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and right in any of those Arab marrying their nieces, you got to talk about our civilization that was destroyed behind that. That was destroyed behind that, brother. So, all right, I hope that address your comment or whatever you want to do about, okay? Let me get back to this. This is chapter 6. Chapter 6, right? verse 61. Chapter 6, verse 61, right? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. It says, Wahuwal Khari, no, Khahi Ru Kau Ka Ibada. Ibadi. Ibadi is worshiper, right? It's worshiper, servant, worshiper, right? Wa ya silu eleikum ha fa ta tan haka ida ja'a ahada kumul mautu tawaffa fathu rusu luna wahum la yu faritun. He said, he is irresistible. He's an irresistible watcher from up above over his worshipers. Worshipers, separated worshipers. Those, he's talking about his worshiper, diverted servants that uphold the oneness of him, that believe in him, that do not associate partners with him. He watches over them. Watches morning, noon, and night, when they sleep, when they up. Him himself basically is swearing that he's watching over you, his worshipers. And he set guardians upon you, his worshipers. He set guardians upon you, over you. At length, when death approach one of you, our angels take the ruh, right? And they never fell in their duties. The reason why I said this right here is to basically go back to believe in the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existence. I have so many other verses that I can, say in Arabic, but it's a lot, right? It's a lot. So now I'm going to chapter, right, 6, verse 65. Chapter 6, verse 65, right? I'm going to read it in Arabic. He said, Hu wal qadi ru Allah an yab'atha alaykum adaban bam mi fawki kum aw min nahti azju likum aw yal bi sakum seya an wa yudi kan ba'dakum basa ba'dan tu khay kha fa nu sorry fu a yati la'allakum yafqahun. He says, say, he has power to send calamity on you from above and below, or to cover you with confusion and party striking, giving you a taste of mutual vengeance, each from the other. See how we explain the signs by various symbols that ye may understand. The reason why I said this, right? The reason why I said this is because to practice the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. What we seeing now, right, is him sending his signals and signs to us and warnings to us which is really, really important. Let me tell you something. I remember a lot of brothers, and I'm talking about the indigenous brothers of this earth, of the West. They used to go like this. Instead of salaaming each other. Matter of fact, when a lot of brothers that was upstate, up north, rocking state greens, when they used to be walking in the corridors, when they used to be walking, right, in the hallways, you couldn't speak. You couldn't salaam each other. So what you would do, and it's still spread it out right now, it came out to the street. Oneness. Oneness. They always say one. And any brother that knows that I'm telling the truth. They always say one. Bear witness. I bear witness that is one, and you bear witness that I'm one. And we are brothers in the same way of life. We have always practiced the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the created everyday existence. We always practice charity. We always practice what? We always practice fasting. You understand what I'm saying? All of this came among us first. It came among us and spread it throughout the whole humanity. I want people to realize that Muslim only means submission. It only means submission. In Arabic, that's what it means. And over here, the reason why we accepted Islam, the fast way over here in the West, because we already did the mathematics and to witness that it is the same teachings that our ancient ancestor has practiced amongst us. Islam was not forced upon us. We already had it. So the Creator tweaked it. He tweaked the way of life because a lot of civilization before us, and he talked about it. There was a lot of civilization that he endured with special gifts and special abilities, and they used it not to do evil, but not to basically to challenge him. He debased them and destroyed them. Do you understand that? Because there was messages that amongst us was sent to them. That's why they are no longer here. And these individuals are finding, and these archaeologists are finding, right, in the pyramid that was built upon the earth that he covered. He covered their sinful ways. So you still got a group of disbelief amongst our civilization. We fought against them. They fought against us. You see, these are the stories that are not talked about amongst us. Certain civilization and certain individuals that's in our civilization, the indigenous people uphold certain civilization that practice, right, to believe that they were the Alpha Omega, the created everything in existence, which was aided by this entity. This is why this bloodline was wiped out and the people was wiped out. And a lot of these ancient civilization was wiped out. It's because this entity taught all of these civilization to backdoor the Creator, to actually try to murder and kill him. But we always uphold this one bloodline. So when Islam came over here in the West, right? When it came over here in the West, we accepted it. We accepted it because we knew that we always practiced the oneness. And remember, we lost it because all of our elders was being murdered and killed. So we forgot the teachings and we forgot the oneness. But it was always in the bloodline. Somebody would stand up to remind us. Somebody will remind us to stand up to remind us to the worship of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. And he did not just give it to us like that. We had to go into stages. He couldn't just give it to us like that. Right? But all of it means the oneness. Like, look at the 5% nation. Look at the 5% nation. They are Muslim. They are Muslim. They talk about the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. Their portion, right, of being Muslim, their portion is to teach mathematics, to teach science, to teach chemistry. That's their portion of the oneness. You understand? And to recognize that we are the creator and the creator is us. The 5% nation, the gods on earth. But with limitation. You understand? Then they had to add in the actual form of the Nation of Islam, basically. Then you had to add in the Sunni ways. So it had to come in proportion. It had to come in proportion to us. Right? A portion of us still holds this scriptures, right, of the Bible, and a portion of us, right, is talking about the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence. Right? But he tweaked it. He tweaked it. That's why we gravitate towards that. Because we all knew that this is our life. That's our foundation. So when we heard of it, we accepted right away. Because it coexists of what the ancient ancestors taught us in the bloodline. This is why you got so many Muslims, right, over here in the West that accept Islam. Because we don't understand that Islam is our way of life first, which was passed upon the Arabs. Now which was passed up over the whole entire world. So we accept it. We accept it. We accept it. So this is why I took my Shahada. Because it coexists and it coincides what the ancient ancestors has taught. And through the tokens of time, that's why the Creator said man is in loss. Because through the token of time, man become lost. Because the bloodline and everything else become watered down. So we forgot the teachers because we was getting murdered and killed amongst other civilizations. We got a lot, man. A lot of history is upon us. A lot of teaching is upon us. But I'm here to rectify a lot of things. And I'm here to bring knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a spiritual point of view. From a spiritual point of view. Right? Now, I can get into the history of everything because I know it. I know it. But I got to come from a spiritual point of view. Right? Because it's the foundation. So this is why I bear witness that there is no other deity to be worshipped but one Almighty, the Lord of the entire universe. Because there's only one. There's only one, beloved. That's it. There's not multitude. Now, if you're talking upon the earth, we are the creator and creators us. We're not the ultimate, right? The Alpha, Omega, the Almighty. But we are him and he is us. But with limitation. Do you understand that? That's why we are connected to him. That's why a portion of actually the human beings cannot be destroyed. We are immortal because we are him and he is us, but with limitation. There's certain things he did not bless upon us, like the actual creating of the earth, of the universe, of everything. He put limitation that we can procreate, right, and bring into existence with the items that's his upon the earth, in the earth and outside of the earth, with his permission, for our benefit, for our physical existence. This is an actual true fact, right? So this is why everything in existence is supposed to bow down to us, except the Creator, even this entity. But he has free will to whether he want to bow down or not, and they don't bow down to us because they don't like us. We are higher than the angels. Even though the angels are there to protect us, we are higher than them. Do you understand that? We are right there neck and neck with the Alpha, Omega, the creating everything in existence. Because we are him and he is us. So to understand this, you have to get in tune with spirituality, which is very important. You have to get into what the oneness. You are the oneness. You are the oneness. Do you understand who you are? You are part of that essence. You are part of that existence. You are part of that chain, especially over here in the West. Especially over here in the West. This is why it's a big campaign to kill us and murder us. This is why. This is why. Do you know who you are? Do you know that you used to travel throughout the heavens and the earth freely without a spaceship? Spirit traveling up. This wasn't even spirit traveling at night. It's been dumbed down to us through sleep. Through sleep. That's the only way we spirit traveling now. But we used to do it freely. In the morning, noon, night, any 24 hours. Going to the sun and moon. Going to all these places light years away. They used to, everything in existence bowed down to us. Do you understand that? And throughout the ages, these things been taken away because he gave us so much special abilities. We challenged him. So he started taking things away from us. Just ask a true fact. But there's always been a portion of us that believe in one creator, that knows the power and accept the power. So I want to bring awareness to you, like to right here, that you believe in the oneness, and the closest thing, right? The closest thing to accepting the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing, is Islam. It's Islam. Yes. Because this is the last revelation. He stopped talking to us because what we have done in the past, what the other civilization have done in the past. So he started sending down scriptures, laws, because we wasn't obeying him physically. So you know what? He started sending it down with the angel, Gabriel. Before that, he was talking to us straight up. He didn't use the angel Gabriel. He was talking to us. We was connected with him and he was connected to us. Yes, Gabriel was on standby. And I'm talking about the ancient ancestors that did not speak and use telekinesis. Is it in our bloodline? Yes. Traces is in our bloodline. So I want you to understand this on who you are. We got to keep resurfacing this. We got to keep reissuing this. We got to keep regurgitating this upon us so we can understand, so we can keep getting the message out as we fight back this great enemy. This is an enemy. This is an enemy, man. I'm about to go live again to talk about this basically. Thank you so much. I'm about to go live again to talk about this earthquake. I'm going to talk about the earthquake, okay? So I want to end this with I love you, I respect you, and to accept the oneness, right, of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, man. Yeah. Please like, share, subscribe to the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. Live the life. Ain't no thing. I'm married to the game and the game is married to me. And cloak yourself with fame, fortune, and riches. Not gonna tell you that it's gonna backdoor you in the end. That's right. Fame, fortune, and riches. Like, share, subscribe. Lights, cameras, and action is gonna backdoor you. And murder, death, kill you. Put you in a wheelchair. Cremate you. But over here on this side, we don't backdoor you. I'm upholding the oneness. And I want you to uphold the oneness with me. So come on this side. Come Come on this side. I'm telling you. Been there, done that. Don't forget the notification bell. Hit it. 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 So you can know I'm dropping bangers and heat for you. I'm spinning the block. Spinning the block. Spinning the block. Grabbing you up. Grabbing you up. Grabbing you up. Come on. Come on. Let's go. On this side, we tripping your bag. I stand with the Alpha Omega, the creator. That's right. The oneness. Peace, peace, peace.